So now I put that ring, cake board and all, for a little added structure for all the stuff we're gonna put up there in the top, right on top of the rest of the cake there.
Good idea.
And I'm gonna clean up this board a little bit because we don't want crumbs, even though we're covering it in modeling chocolate. It's okay. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna smooth this out for a minute. I'm gonna try to do this so you can see it, sorry. This is called a crumb coat. Now, a lot of people refrigerate it at this point. I don't usually. I just keep going. Time is money, right?
And it's all good.
Especially when you're doing a live class, it's time is money.
I like the idea of that second piece of cardboard there just for stability.
You gotta really think structure. I mean, this isn't bad for structure. This is a pretty easy one for structure. But when you're doing any kind of sculpted cake, you really need to think through structure. I like to joke that I used to ask my geometry teacher and my physics teacher in high school, when am I ever going to use this? And of course, well, if you're going to be an engineer, well, I knew I wasn't going to be an engineer.
Right.
I was already into cakes in high school, and so I was like, psh. So I didn't pay very good attention. Only got like B's and C's in those classes. But if they had said, Charity, you're going to need this because you're going to be a cake engineer someday.
Right. And you would have paid attention.
Cake is going to evolve like you wouldn't believe, and you're going to have to make serious, ridiculous structures out of cake.
So there's math involved.
Oh, yeah. I would have paid much better attention.
Oh, yeah.
And so any of you high schoolers, middle schoolers, anybody who's watching, pay attention.
Yeah.
You will use it, and you will use it for something you enjoy.
They just don't use a lot of examples. It's more like if Peter is 15 miles away and Margaret is 5 miles away and they meet in the center, that kind of stuff.
Right.
So they should say if Charity is building a cake that's 10 inches high.
Now, this is one of my tricks. Pay attention.
Yes. We love tricks, by the way.
I swap. I'm not going to throw my stuff like I do with my stainless steel sink, since this is a beautiful, gorgeous new Kohler sink.
Nice.
Got to make sure I don't go through habit and just start throwing things, though, because that would be bad. Get my tail handed to me. Okay, so I put on the paddle. Put it on low, because it's fine when I'm filling to have those air bubbles and that fluffiness, or if you're piping cupcakes, whatever, that's totally fine. When I'm doing my outer coating, especially if I'm not going to put fondant on the outside, even if I am, you want those air bubbles gone. So we're going to get rid of the air bubbles here.
Getting rid of air bubbles.
Getting rid of air bubbles in our frosting. Don't do that at home. Turn off your mixer before you put a
I see.
spatula in there, unless you're super, super sure of what you're doing. Okay, while that is doing that, we are going to take, this is going to be our cabbage. So this is where I was kind of thinking maybe I want to build it up instead of cut it down, which I might just do.
This is a cabbage?
Yeah. I was going to cut it down, but I think instead I might build it up. I don't know. Let's cut off the edge here. Maybe not. Maybe I won't build it up.
Serrated knife?
Yes. I like these little Xylus ones, and you can get them at like Marshall's and TJ Maxx and Ross and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, for cheap.
That's Xylus?
In fact, look, I have one.
Okay.
I have a purple one. That's bigger, like a small chef's knife.
Okay, Xylus.
I have
Can you spell that for us?
ZYLISS.
Okay.
I have a green one. It's just a regular paring knife. Told you, I like my color. Okay. Now when you're carving with carrot cake, it can get a little tricky because of the chunkiness, but you can just smooth it all out with frosting, it's no big deal.